Outrageous.
Ow.
Absolutely outrageous. So many points to their name, and there is the standings as they go at the moment. 128 ahead of Team Vitality, who are beginning to secure second. Porsche Coanda, Williams and Miles, all interestingly fighting for third place. Here we go then. 9 laps at Monza. Will it be the last race here in the Esports World Cup for ESL R1? We certainly hope not. We hope the entertainment continues. Will it be Max Benneker to force on another race? Can he continue his outstanding form? Or will it be Team Redline and Sebastian Job, or maybe Jeffrey Rietveld to seal the deal? We're underway for 9 laps at Monza, and immediately the drivers look out for a bit of space on the way down towards the Rettifilo chicane.
Whoa.
Oh, there's a lot of bumping here. Bono House gets into the back of Rietveld, who gets into the back of Benneker in the lead. Side by side into the first chicane, and the German will stay in the lead just ahead of Sebastian Job and Jeffrey Rietveld.
Yeah, Benneker will put everything on the line to try and keep the red lines at bay here and keep this competition going, keep up their chances for moving up the standings. Here comes, though, Sebastian Job right onto the rear end of Benneker. He's going to lift out of it. Maybe he'll go for it coming down into the Roger. He certainly feels the mirrors, but backs out of any attempted move. Remember, Redline no longer care about points. Winning is everything.
Oh, it's a good exit from Job, because Benneker got it slightly wrong at the second chicane, but no. Job decides to stay behind for the moment. A clean start for the most part from all 12 drivers, and that is fantastic to see into the very narrow and difficult first Monza chicane. Out onto the back straight they go now towards Ascari. This is where Jeffrey Rietvald's last chance qualifier hopes came to an end as he spun and spun again into the gravel towards the end of that race. Wasn't able to make the Drivers' Championship final here, but he could make it happen for Team Redline in the Team's Championship final.
Yeah, and to be fair here, Rietveld could slow down the rest of the field and at least give Sebastian Job a chance to one-on-one Max Benneker, a battle which probably they're probably pretty close to 50-50 on winning between the pair of them, so your odds are pretty solid in that one. But I think realistically, Job will want the assistance of Rietveld. If Rietveld can somehow keep up and maybe break the rest of the pack, then maybe there's a chance of them pushing their way through. At the moment, though, as we complete the first lap, it's Benneker, Job, Rietveld. Chinchik, the Master of Monza, is also sat there in fourth.
Yeah, is he going to try and overtake Rietveld here, or is he going to push him? I think we've got the answer. It's the latter.
He's lifting.
As Job goes for the lead. Here he is. Oh, no, not quite. He was on the inside briefly, but doesn't quite go for it. And so we've got status quo at the front four. That was Mitchell de Jong, impossibly late on the brakes. And surely there's going to be an incident there. Oh, they're up the curbs. Oh, yeah, there was an incident. I spoke too soon. Dennis Schoninger, excuse me, went through the chicanes, and he will drop to the back.
Indeed. I mean, look, this at the moment, it may not seem like the most exciting stuff, but it is just tension boiling over. Sebastian Job is constantly looking for the right opportunity. Remember, he is trying to be patient here. He can't really afford a penalty. Redline at the moment are in prime position to take victory in the Esports World Cup, but they must take a victory. Max Benneker, though, an old driver for Team Redline, and trust me, they did not part way on good terms.
Nice. out of the second Lesbo they go. I wanted to briefly mention as well just what this could mean for the end of the race. The fact that Jeffrey Rietveld is staying there in third place and ahead of Marcel Chinchik here. Just the fact that he's got that little bit of a buffer there to the rest of the field surely means that Sebastian Job can just focus on this battle with Max Benneker.
Yeah, indeed. I don't think they parted ways on particularly bad terms, but it just wasn't good. It wasn't solid. It wasn't like how you're going to be parting ways with this broadcast. Oh, that's fine. Either way, as we don't look at
that's going to be good terms. That's
good. No, well, no.
Oh, you think it's going to be bad terms?
Oh, I think it's going to be awful. As we head through the Parabolica, I think Jeff Rietveld is slowing down the field, by the way. I think he's trying to allow this to be a one-on-one between Job and Benneker, and I think Job will probably sit behind pretty much for the entire race here as he awaits for it. Is he going to go for a move here?
No is the answer to that, resoundingly so as well. So Chinchik will probably have a go now, because no, he decides not to. I mean, clearly he feels Rietveld is trying, as it's side by side between, I think that was Yuri Toman down the inside of Moritz Lerner for 6th position. Team Vitality trying to hold on to 2nd place in the team standings. Toman has the inside just about, with Moritz Lerner alongside, going the long way round the Curva Grande. As on board with Job. looking up the inside of Beneke, we could be waiting a good 6 laps for them to really do battle.
Yeah, indeed. Look, Sebastian Job knows how to be patient around here. I distinctly remember the first time that he won the Porsche Tag Heuer Esports Super Cup. It was around this circuit a few years back. He knows how to get the job done around here. There is a look at the shield, which could be going its way to Team Redline in less than 7 laps' time. We do not have long. Can Max Beneke deny Team Redline and keep this competition going to at least one more race?
Well, it's going to be a great result for Team Redline no matter what here. They're both on the podium at the moment. However, it's all importantly about that race win. If they don't win, win this race, they don't win the title. They have to finish first at the end of 9 laps here at Monza. We're about to complete the first third. First 3 laps about to be in the books now for Max Beneke and Sebastian Job first, who will go over the line. The tactics will play out over the course of the remainder of this race, and Max Beneke has got to work out how on earth he is going to defend this place.
Certainly so. Well, we head back out to the start-finish straight, and once more, I don't believe there'll be any move here. Whilst they're still building a gap and guaranteeing their positions right now, I don't believe there'll be any requirement for a move from Sebastian Job. Like I say, Andre Kunschmann will be making sure that things line up for them, as there goes Marcel Chinchik down the outside to try and take over 3rd position. He's bored and waiting. He can see the victory slipping away from him, and I don't think there's really a chance for them. Jeff Rietveld dropped down to 4th.
And so Beneke is now going to be continuing to drive away, because Chinchik and Rietveld will continue to battle. You were right, Rietveld is trying his best to make this a 2-driver fight. He believes that they have the best chance of winning, if indeed it is. Marcel Chinchik through, though, into 3rd place. Surely those 2 seconds that have been created are too large now for even Chinchik to close.
And so what that means is it is a dogfight between Sebastian Job and Max Beneke, 2 of the biggest names in sim racing. Sebastian Job looking for yet another victory. He is #1 when it comes to all of the percentages, race wins, top 6s, podiums, whatever it is. He is top dog when it comes to it, and he is staring at his 30th victory, a 30th victory which will net them the crown. But Max Beneke, he is not going to give this one up. He is looking for a 7th victory in the Esports World Cup.
So far in 2024 ESL R1, we've had 72 races. 24 of them have been won by one of these 2. They have got a 33% win record between them, and that's by not even being in all the races, don't forget. It's an astonishing year that these 2 have had. Far and away the best drivers in ESL R1 throughout 2024 so far, and they will do battle for the title. Will Redline seize the $140,000? Or will somebody else be able to delay that for just a little bit longer? Down in towards turn 1, status quo remains, and the battle for 3rd is probably the most interesting group at the moment, because they're actually fighting with one another as opposed to these 2.
There's the key, which most likely won't be crushed as we zoom in on Sebastian Job. He looks pretty calm at the moment. Of course, when it comes to the battle for 3rd position in the team's standings, it is that fight between Mouse, between Williams, and between Porsche. Mouse will be taking advantage of that, regardless of whether they finish in 1st or 2nd. And again, the prize money, there is a significant jump in prize money between 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You finish in 3rd position, it's 55 grand. In 4th position, it's 35 grand. 20k between those 2 positions, and of course it's a further 10k drop off by the time you get back down into 5th. So for Williams and for Porsche, those that are battling out, a few points really can decide the difference between 30 grand in total.
Yeah, Porsche and Williams are both scoring 5 points only at the moment, so would stay 2 points apart. Miles are scoring 33 as things stand. That would put them far and away 3rd place, even maybe catching Vitality ever so slightly, as they're scoring only 22 during this race, but they do have quite a gap to cross there, Miles, to get up to Vitality, and they certainly need to win, because if not, and Redline win, and there won't be any more races to catch them up. But it's just looking good so far for Mouse as they make their way over the line at the end of lap 5.
Which is the interesting bit.
As things stand, that would put them far and away 3rd place, even maybe catching Vitality ever so slightly, as they're scoring only 22 during this race, but they do have quite a gap to cross there, Mouse, to get up to Vitality, and they certainly need to win, because if not, and Redline win, and there won't be any more races to catch them up. But it's just looking good so far for Mouse as they make their way over the line at the end of lap 5.
Which is the interesting bit, is that Mouse could sit there and go, right, realistically speaking, if we think third's as good as it's going to get, you let Sebastian Jobe through, the competition's over, you guarantee third place because you're in third place. That's not what they're going to do, by the way, because they will sit there and go, yeah, but there's chances for us to get second later on if Vitality drop the ball. So that's not what's going to happen. But I'm just saying, you know, it's an interesting thought process.
It is an interesting thought process. All of these teams are still mathematically able to get to finalist mode, even if they finish 11th and 12th during this race. That's how long we have to go, and that's how many points are still up for grabs. Absolutely right. The beauty of finalist mode means that these otherwise unassailable margins at the front of championships are not quite so big, as Kevin Siggy found out on Thursday. Was not the points leader and did not score the most points throughout the day. However, he did win the all-important final race.
Yeah, this driver here, Sebastian Jobe, was in finalist mode solo for such a long period of time, and yet just couldn't get it done. Red Line, I don't think they'll want to sit in finalist mode for as long as they did at Gamers 8 last year, because they did get beaten last year, didn't they?
I think their first race in finalist mode was here, and they couldn't win. So it's a very different situation this time around, as they are in a position to possibly win. By the way, I wanted to check this with you, actually. Sebastian Jobe in finalist mode for the longest person for anyone who's not won it in one go.
Yeah.
Four races and not winning, I think, is a record.
Yeah, because Marcel Cinčić was in it for 4 races, but he did then win, of course. That was back in the Spring Major. And that's why I kind of thought stats were lining up for Sebastian Jobe to do it. Today, though, I think you know, he'll be desperate to do it, not just for him, but for the team as well. Could you imagine what his heart rate is? I think at the moment it's not that high.
But in 2 laps' time...
I think on the last lap, it is going to be through the roof.
Absolutely. It certainly is. There is the shot of them from the air in towards turn number 1 and 2. The second group also not battling on this occasion. That's Marcel Cinčić leading Jeffrey Rietveld, Bonner House, Moritz Lerner and Yuri Toman as well. And that last group, Darren McCormack, Dane Warren, Mitchell de Jong, Dennis Schoninger and James Baldwin to complete the field. Unfortunate for Guild a little bit, actually. They're 5th and 12th so far in this race. They've not quite been on it today. They started the day in 4th position, and they are now down in 6th pretty comfortably.
He's late on the brakes, isn't he? Into the Roger is Sebastian Jobe. Certainly no fear about getting that car arrested and stopped. Let's be clear, we know that Sebastian Jobe is going to go for something. We're not the only ones that know that Sebastian Jobe is going to go for something. Max Benneker is, well, he's a wily old fox. He'll know exactly when Sebastian Jobe is going to go for it, because he'll be putting himself in, what if I was in Sebastian Jobe's car now? When would I go for the move? What would I do? How would I play this one right now if I'm in his camp, so that he's ready for any attack? Into Ascari they go.
A little bit of a nicer line, I think, from Jobe in terms of making a good exit. And there he goes, a little bit closer. I just don't see a way, if he leaves this to the final lap, I don't see a way in which Benneker gets far enough ahead for Jobe to be unable to overtake anymore. Yeah,
I don't know. I think, do you know what? I can see these two being side by side out of the Parabolica. I can see this being a drag race between the two of them to the line, between two of the biggest names in sim racing esports. 2 laps left to go at Monza, 2 laps potentially left to go in the Esports World Cup of 2024.
Here we go, in towards turn 1 on the penultimate lap. These are when the games begin to be played, but not this time for Sebastian Jobe. He's leaving it all to the final lap. He's got faith in himself on that run down towards turn 1 that he will make it, as meanwhile, Moritz Lerner tries to go past Bono House further behind.
This will be very interesting. I'm trying to remember. I don't actually believe in any of the championships and stuff that we've had so far. In fact, I can confirm this is absolutely true, that no team and no driver has won, because obviously we've done the spring season, we've done Gamers 8, we've done the full season from last year. And across all of those, it was never the team that won had the driver that won the Drivers' Championship. That was always separated. It was always a different team and a different driver. Team Redline are looking at their second team's crown in ESL R1, because of course they did win the team's championship in the spring season in its entirety. And of course they won the Drivers' Championship with Kevin Siggy to take their first driver's crown. But what this would mean is they would win both the drivers and the teams here at the Esports World Cup. If they can play their cards right into Ascari, they go for the penultimate time.
You have to get it right now if you are Sebastian Job. You have to get every point right. Stay close enough to Max Benneker and fly through on this final lap. In towards the Parabolica he goes. They go as one for the championship. Max Benneker trying to prevent it from being ended here in race 5. Sebastian Job trying to seal the deal for Team Redline, going on to the last lap of race 5.
Oh, even my heart rate's raising here as we head down the start-finish straight for one final time. Is Sebastian Job going to go now? It has to be now. It's either now or it's waiting until the Parabolica. Sebastian Job primed to put Team Redline into position, but Max Benneker, surely he won't give up now. He leaves it down the inside, but Sebastian Job completes the move. They're in position to take the championship.
Max Benneker has to do something here if he wants this to go on any further. How desperate will he be, with Maus currently confirming themselves 3rd place, climbing 2 places from where they started the day? They'll be pleased generally with this outcome, but how willing will they be to force this on for another race?
2nd place, though, is up for grabs for them. They won't sit there and think this is good enough. They'll want that victory. They'll want to extend this competition. Surely it can't end here at Monza. We've got more chapters to write here, Ewan.
Sebastian Job has been the best driver this week, though. It would be fitting for it to be him to take the driver's title. Team Redline are watching and hoping that he can do this, and at the moment it looks like he will do. It'll be his 14th win in ESL R1 for 2024. It would be his most important win so far as well. A record-breaking week for Sebastian Job. Looks like it's about to receive its crowning moment.
Yes, indeed. The 2 drivers that have the most consecutive victories in ESL R1 going toe-to-toe. But it is going to be the driver with the highest number of percentages in every single format that you can think of. Sebastian Job is going to come through the Parabolica, and in just 5 races, Team Redline have asserted their dominance on the sim racing world, and the Esports World Cup Teams Championship will go to Team Redline. Sebastian Job's bitter time in the Drivers' Championship comes to absolute glory in the teams.
He abolishes his finalist mode woes from 3 days ago to be the driver to win the team's championship here at Monza. A wonderful performance from Sebastian Job and Team Redline, who now can celebrate